name is Chidexi and welcome to the Truth Podcast. On today's episode, you see my paper, my notepad and my pen. I'm here to write because it's going to be hot. I have a special guest in our show and his popular name is Brother Akpo, but I'm going to allow him do an introduction of himself. So, Brother Akpo.
Hello, Chidima, how are you doing? Hi guys. So, I'm glad to be here. My name is Brother Akpo. I'm an online marketing foundations coach, right? So I have been doing this. I think for over a year now, I'm teaching small business owners how to build strong foundations, right, for online selling success. Was something I kind of developed a passion for because I noticed that a lot of people know what they want, but they don't know what they need to get what they want, right? Right. So that was how I found myself in a place where I started talking about, marketing principles, concepts, basic psychology and all that. Those things that most people often don't know about. So yeah, I'm glad to be here. It's exciting and so yeah, that's it.
Wait, let me finish writing. You guys say it's gonna be hot. So, Brother Akpo, let me go straight to your first question. I want to know, I know the audience also want to know. Brother Akpo is a sweet name, but what's your real full name?
Okay, so my real full name is Dapo Alimi, or should I say real full name Oladapo Alimi. Right? But then in the world of marketing, the harder it is to pronounce your name, the more likely people will forget you when they want to refer you to somebody else. So it's always good to go with something that is catchy, punchy, and that is very memorable. So I can't.
Hey God, these punchlines are too much. Catchy, punchy.
So I developed the Brother Akpo persona when I just woke up one day. I was like, wait, guy, I want to start bearing a different name online. Then I thought, what can I do? Then, the name Brother came to my head. I'm like, brother, okay, this one sounds like something that is filled with respect, right? Yeah. It doesn't sound like something that people would actually, that's a big brother, come you. Okay, no problems. So that was how I kind of developed.
So I wanted to ask you when you started training small business owners, but you already said for the past 1 year.
A year plus.
Yes. So aside from when you started training small business owners, when did you start your online marketing space? Because you must know it before you can teach. So yeah.
So on seriously, I started in 2018. But seriously, I started in 2020. So let me explain what I mean by the on seriously. So one of those situations where you're still doing well in one other space like that, then you decide that I want to do this thing, but you're not very serious with it. You buy the courses, you learn a little, and then it fizzles out. Then 2020 came and a major disaster hit. Bam. Okay, that actually started in 2019 actually. So I got involved in financial markets, forex, and all that. So made a lot of money. Then carelessly. We also lost a lot of money. I lost like 98% of the money I made. Okay. Yeah, so I made 9.8 million naira in 3 months, and then I lost 98% of that in 2 weeks. Yeah, so you see, well, there were people who lost 140 million naira. So,
oh my God. And that's like forex.
Yes. So. Bitcoin. No. The Bitcoin was not even. We're not even really talking crypto back then. It was just basically the forex industry. So, and the truth is, though, in all fairness, there's a lot of money to be made in that industry, but you need to know your left from your right. But we were just doing, you need to know when to sell off, you need to know when to buy, you need to know, if you're not going to even be the one doing things yourself, you at least should follow somebody who knows, where they are going. So when I came into that towards the ending of 2019 to 2020, I was a mess. Then 2020, and I'm like, okay, this internet marketing thing that you wanted to do now. I said, you don't have a choice. So I stand up and start doing it. So then I started learning. I made a lot of mistakes. My first so I'm more active in the digital product space. So online courses, creating online courses, selling them and all that and everything. And my first 4 digital products did not sell up to 15,000 naira each.
What do you mean by digital product? I know, but they might.
The online courses. So I published my first online course. It was a very simple course on how to download any kind of videos back then. Of course, now something it's not something I would really want to talk about right now because people have more internet data. It's no longer a problem. But back then it was kind of like a big issue. So in that, that situation where you create something, you're like, this thing is going to win. It's going to be a big deal. You get, and then you start only to find out that people couldn't care less. Then I remember I created another online course on that course is still on my hard drive too now, on computer maintenance, because I felt like people are spending it. By the way, I made a lot of money from female students when I was in medical school. So because they don't know anything about computers. Yeah, I was in medical school, but then I dropped out. I didn't really dig the course again, so I just left.
You must be a very intelligent
you guys, so I left. So I thought, people will like all those people that will go to computer village and they're spending a lot of money to repair their laptops. So if you teach them how to, maintain those things, people should be happy to buy this, right? And then spend like 2-3 days. Now, one of the things that is, that is a very difficult part of being a small business owner is, especially if you are the one creating the product and also having to promote them, it's a lot of work.
It is.
Most people only look at the side of, they're making a lot of money. This person is glowing and all that, but they don't really see what's going on in the back end, right? So sometimes if there was a setup where somebody else could be the one doing the product creation and all you were just doing was marketing, or you were creating and somebody else was doing the promotion, trust me, that's like your work halved in twos. But if you're the one doing everything, so when you see business owners that are, sometimes they are touchy, they are irritable, they are angry, it's because there's a lot involved. So I created this course, and then I discovered that most people really do not care about prevention.
They want to solve.
Yes. They don't. So it's you are the one thinking, this makes logical sense. You should want this, only for you to launch out and then realize that something can make logical sense, but not make emotional sense. You can need something, right? For all intents and purposes, sometimes the reason why certain girls follow certain guys is because those girls make them emotionally excited. They are the happening guys. They look like they've got it going on. But the people that they really need, the good guys, are somewhere, feeling like having self-esteem issues because they can't seem to talk to the girls that the happening guys are rolling with. But then you get to a point in your life where your priorities shift, and then you now realize that, okay, what I need right now is no longer all the jumping around and everything. I need stability. I need somebody I can build my life with. And so that's the only time when the good guys now start making sense. So the fact that people should need something does not mean that they want it. And that's kind of often one problem that the small business owners have at times. They create something based on the mentality that people should need this. But people may need something. If they don't want it, there is nothing you can say that will make people buy. So I created that course, launched it, and then it was a massive disaster. I ended up giving out the courses away for free. People pay more for cures than they pay for prevention.
Hey, Jesus.
So if you are in this might be like an extra nugget. We've not even started.
Wait, people pay more to solve problems. Let's not speak big English. People pay more to solve problems than to prevent the problem from coming. Jesus.
And so that's why you see people who, if somebody has cancer, you cannot be arguing with your cancer doctor when you have cancer. But if they tell you don't eat too much sugar, because sugar are friendly with cancer cells, no. I found that out.
It's like you're talking to me. See, I eat shawarma every day, and they've warned me stop eating sausage. It's processed food. I'm like, what are you saying? Hey,
exactly how it is. So
okay, you know what?
Yeah.
Let's even dive in.
I think you're already like, let's get started. Let's get started. So good,
guys. You see all these things that we said. We've not even started the real topic. The real topic today is
7 sales killing mistakes that small business owners make.
So we're just going to let you talk, and I'm going to learn because I'm also a business owner.
No problem. So I had to actually call my phone because I can't remember everything in my head, so I had to write it down. So, but before we start talking about those things, I want to establish something quickly because it will help make everything make sense. See, the average educated Nigerian small business owner is a marketing illiterate. That is it's one of those things where people, like I said, know what they want, but they don't know what they need to get what they want. See, one of the issues we have with the conventional, traditional educational system is that and this even extends to if you go to vocational school, you go out to learn how to do makeup, maybe catering, confectionaries, all those things. You notice that every time people talk about business, right, they often only focus on the creative process, the creation aspect of business, the product creation. So all the schools, all they do is to train you and give you the skills that are necessary to make the product or to design the service. But nobody is talking about things like, how do you find customers? How do you put together an offer that people will find hard to say no to? How do you retain your customers? How do you price yourself? How do you charge? So what we see happening is that we have a lot of skilled people who are broke and don't know what to do. Take a look. How many times have you seen adverts for come and learn how to start XYZ business? For example, if they say maybe like, okay, become a makeup artist or become a chef or something. How many times do we get into these trainings and every time all we see talked about is how to make the product? Now, nobody talked about the selling part. Yes, it's almost as if people expect that the ability to sell or market comes with people from heaven.
There's one, I said something in one of my videos. I said, if you are not good in selling, you cannot be an entrepreneur.
No, you can't.
Because who will sell it? Nobody sells your product as good as you.
Yes. That's like absolutely on point. If you can't sell, if you can't market, don't become an entrepreneur. No, don't. No, because at the end of the day, making it is just half the story. The ability to communicate your value or the value of what you're creating is another story entirely. They are not related. Like Dan Locke said, I think it's one of the most profound statements I heard from him. He said there is no relationship between being good at what you do and getting paid for it. There is no relationship. If I want to be a bit conservative, I would say that there is very little relationship between being good at what you do and getting paid well for it.
Paid but not paid.
Oh yeah. And then you can be really good and not be getting the due. Getting the due that you're worthy for.
Because it's like you're talking to me to talk to you.
So being very good, being awesome at product creation is just half the story, right? So here's what's happening, right? Our reality is formed by the information that we get fed every single time. Advertisers have gotten very, very good at putting really, really good ads in front of consumers, like every day. And unfortunately, because they're always talking about the results that they've generated, the money they've made, and all that stuff, we call it shiny object syndrome, right? Everything looks so good. The landing pages are beautiful. The online course is looking very come. You gotta buy me, and all that stuff. And because we see anything that has to do with making money, it's like cocaine. It's like a drug. It gets attention. Yeah. That's why the make money online niche is still one of the, despite the number of products we have in the make money online niche and all that stuff, we still have a lot of people still coming up, how they made this online, how they created this course and made 7 figures, 8 figures, how they've started a freelancing work and they've gotten like $10,000 in clients and all that stuff and everything. So if you do not have the discipline to say no, because that's the word no is going to be one of your greatest allies as you grow. The ability to say no and to stick it through until the business that you're doing, provided that you have determined that it is profitable, right, and viable for you, and it's not going to take 1 million years before you get to the profit. I'm not saying that you cannot do something else. For example, I can be a freelancer rendering services and still be working as an affiliate marketer, run an affiliate marketing business, selling products, right? They are not exactly, but here you are in real estate, and then you are also trying to sell something like electronics. And how do you want to cope? You can't be everywhere. So long as the model is profitable and you only know that it is a matter of time, you need to stay focused. I'll give you practical examples. What did we know Elon Musk for first? PayPal. He got PayPal to a point where PayPal became a world-renowned phenomenon. Then he left PayPal to start, I don't know if it's, okay, I think it was Tesla before SpaceX. Now they have PayPal, even though it's not there anymore, but at least in his history, PayPal, Tesla, SpaceX, the Boring Company. That's four companies.
To build something to a level before you can move.
Yes. So because by the time a business becomes really successful, a successful business already has systems and structures in place. It is that system and structure that allows you to be able to walk away from the business and start something else. But when there are no systems, no structure, no stable income, none of those things are in place yet, and then you want to go and you're going to have issues. So that's very, very important. Then the last one, which is more like a bonus, is refusing to get educated about marketing and sales. See, after everything we've said right now, if you still tell some people that they need to invest a good amount of money to become really great at marketing, they will argue. First, they will tell you of how very busy they are. Remember what I said about the 20% that produces 80% of your results? So now you have 5 departments, sales and marketing department is producing 80% of your revenue, right? But you are saying that you are too busy to invest in the aspect that is producing 80% of your revenue. I'll give you some examples. Some people have come to meet me. First off, so as an online marketing foundations coach, when people come to meet me and they're like, I want to learn how to run Facebook ads and all those stuff, and I tell them Facebook ads is not where you're supposed to start from. Right? Because Facebook ads is just traffic generation. It's like giving out invitation cards to people to come.
The lemon lightning body scrub. Now I actually like this one, and if you see right here, this is body scrub as well. This is the orange one and this is the lemon one. This is absolutely amazing. This is the lightning body cream. I also use this as well. I've actually used this more.
Come to your house. When they come to your party, they want to meet a party that looks like a party. Right? But if only invitation cards is all you did and your home is not in order, then you're not going to get any sales. And so when it comes to a marketing campaign, there are a couple of elements that come together to make a marketing campaign. Traffic generation is just one. But because Facebook ads is usually the one that people talk about when it comes to, I ran ads, I make money. People think that it's only Facebook ads. But we still have other things like your funnels, the entire layout of your customer journey, how people come to you, how they move from stage 1 to stage 2 to stage 3, from becoming from strangers to becoming customers. All those things, your follow-up systems is there, all those stuffs are there. Your offer, what you are actually presenting to those people that will make them give you money, all these things are there. But people think that ads is the only thing. So when they come, I tell them, okay, first off, you need to start from the very, very beginning. People don't see, one issue I have seen with people often is that people are addicted to strategies and tactics, but they don't want to hear about principles and concepts. You want to collect strategy from somebody to apply in your business, and you don't even understand the psychology that makes that strategy work. Now, the thing with strategy is, if you do not have the knowledge of why that strategy is supposed to work that way, two things can happen. You try the strategy, it doesn't work for you because you don't understand the principles guiding the strategy, or the strategy works and then stops working because the market behavior has changed.
Just like Instagram that's changing every day.
When consumer behavior changes, your strategy must change. You can only change your strategies because you understand human behavior. But if you don't understand human behavior, you cannot formulate strategies on how to. Take, for example, let me tell you one of the things I've been doing. Now, typically, when we run, back in the days, before, we had so much information around right now, before we had YouTube, Google, so many online course creators, so many free videos, so many free ebooks and all that. In the early days, you could literally just run lead generation ads right? Maybe your main offer that you want to sell at the end of it, maybe it's like an online course at the end, right? But you are trying to generate leads, you're trying to generate interest. So you simply run the ads and then you send them to your landing page where they will enter their email. You've done so severally, right? And they give you something, right? Now that's lead generation. So you're trying to like identify people who are interested in what you have to offer, and then you give them something in return to prove your authority, right? And then gain their trust. That funnel used to work well back in the days because people did not have a lot of options. There was no abundance of information. Today, information is a dime. Information is everywhere. Information is a commodity right now. People are no longer paying for information, or should I say, not really paying due attention to information. What people are paying for now is transformation.
Results.
Yeah, and the kind of knowledge or the kind of information that is required to give the results and the transformation is not just something you just find on YouTube, and all that stuff and everything. So if you come and you join the bandwagon where all you do is you run ads and you lead them to a landing page, you ask them, oh, I'm giving this lead magnet away, or this free ebook or free booklet, anything, right? And then give me your email and your address and all that stuff. Now, what often happens is people are giving you their email address and their names, not because they have decided that you are the person they want to do business with. They are only giving you those things because you have baited them. You have used baits to get them. Now, when they now enter their names and email address and all that stuff, then you now start sending them emails. They will not open. Because this person has not gotten to the point of knowledge and realization where they said, I've consumed this person's content. This person is the person I want to deal with. It's just, it's giving something away for free. Free attracts both flies and butterfly. Everybody rushes in. So you when you see your email list or whatever, your WhatsApp list, wherever it is you're building your audience, like, I have a lot of followers, then when you now start trying to communicate with them, you find out that many people only came in because you were offering something for free, not because they were really intending or planning to solve their problems. So your open rate goes down. You're putting out communication pieces, people are not engaging. Then when you make offers, you suddenly realize that many people either don't have the interest in buying your main offers, or they don't have the money to buy your offers. Now, the moment I understood that, look, because when market behavior changes because something is no longer the same. Early days, little information. Nowadays, a lot of information. People are overwhelmed by free information. People no longer value free information. So they just collect those things from you and then they can store it on their hard drive. How many ebooks that you have downloaded have you opened to read for free? So what did I do? I'm not saying everybody should do this, but this is what I do. What I did was, when I run my ads and then I run them to my landing page, I don't ask you for your email address and your name, and I don't even give you an ebook that I have no control over. I restructured those ebooks into articles. There and then, you're going to start reading from there and then.
You're going to start knowing the kind of person I am.
Yes. And that does one thing. I have often told people, a person that cannot give you time cannot give you money.
Thank you.
As far as business goes,
I always say it. I say time is the cheapest thing. If anybody cannot give you time, the person can't give you money.
So if I say, okay, so what I did was, I now structured those articles in sections. So there's page 1, there's page 2, there's page 3. What I am doing is, for everybody that moves from page 1 to page 2, their quality is increasing. When you place, if somebody tells you, Chidima, I love you, what would be the next thing you say? You say, prove it, right? If the person just says, I love you, you have nothing to hold on to. I don't have anything to verify your love by. So what I do, I put a barrier between you and I. If you break the barrier, that is some sign that you are serious. It's not, you cannot just, imagine that you're sitting in maybe shop right now, minding your business, usually eating your food and stuff like that. And then somebody just walks to you, kneels down in front of you, and then brings out a ring and says, will you marry me? You probably slap the person. it will probably trend on Instablog Niger. Why? Because you don't just say things. You show the commitment. So what I'm asking the person who has gone to my landing page is, prove your commitment to this matter that you say you are interested in. So people say, I'm interested, I want to learn. And I say, okay, no problem. Yeah, go to the landing page. The person who reads page 1, mind you, the article must not be boring. You cannot bore people into buying anything, because that's where another people have probably just slap one thing together. No, your communication pieces, your Instagram videos, your YouTube videos, it cannot be boring. It's a crime to be boring in a world where you're fighting for attention. It's a crime. You can't be boring. So I know that if somebody moves from page 1 to page 2 to page 3, I'm watching, I'm like, okay, this person is really looking for this thing, right? Then they get to a point and I ask them for their name and their email address. A person who has gotten to that point is showing seriousness in addition to interest. That person really is interested about solving that problem. When you now try to reach out to the person next time to continue building your relationship, the person takes you more seriously. When you easily carry yourself, what we are doing, many of us are doing, online coaches, course creators and all that, we are carrying ourselves like this pap, and we're just dropping ourselves on people's lap. You give them plenty value, quotes, ebook, online video, full video courses. You say you are building authority, you are building trust. They are not even opening those things. So it's like a woman who is desperately in need of sex and is willing to do it with any man. That's the way I see a lot of online coaches and stuff like that. In the name of giving value, you are giving way too much value to people who don't even give 2 cents about you. When it's now time to reciprocate with their pockets, they are not doing anything because you were just too available. But it took me interacting with my market, making mistakes, dealing with customers from hell to understand these things. And then I switch strategy. But if I carry my strategy as it is right now, the way I do my own lead generation, and I give it to you, first, it's not going to make sense because you don't understand why it works. Then when you apply it and it doesn't work, you will say, you did it and not work, and I have charged you, and all those, and a lot of bad blood comes from that. But I understand these days that interest is no longer enough. Back in the early days, interest was enough. Now you have to have interest plus commitment. That is the real qualification. If a person shows interest and they show some commitment of time and attention, now that person is more likely to want to solve that problem than somebody who just says, I'm interested, and you just, give me your email address and I will send you this thing. You have no control over the thing you're giving them. I have control over my article. If you don't finish the article in 4 days, it's going to expire. You pay $6 for it. Wow. Yes. But if I give you free ebook, I don't have control over the ebook. You can have it there for the next 1 million years and not read it. So the way my pages move, page 1, page 2, page 3 is free. You have to read it there. The deadline timer is looking at you and you're looking at it. By the time you get to page 3, I ask you to pay just $2 to access the remaining point 4 and 5. Now, if you've run page 1, page 2, and page 3, you're more likely.
This is the Lightning Black Soap. I cannot overemphasize how good this soap is. As a matter of fact, people have stolen from me. People have stolen this soap from me. I'm not going to mention names because it's my house, but they know themselves. They have stolen. Listen, MMB know that this is one of, if not my most reordered products, because it's just
to want to pay that $2. But if I just came to page 1, give me your email address, and I give you page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5, I have no control. So these days, we kind of have to we have to start placing value on our value if we want people to value us. That's just the way it is. So I think we've done justice to be able to cover both online guys and offline business people. I hope that somebody has learned,
Somebody or everybody. This is too. See my pages. So I have written and I'm still going to listen to it so many times to pick all my points. You guys. So this episode, if you don't watch it, you're on your own. So we're going to end here because we've had so much already. Online, offline. If you're a business owner or an intending business owner, these episodes are for you. We're going to slash this into 2 so that people can watch from beginning to end. We're rounding up now. In fact, we have ended the show for now. Don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms at DeTruthPod and on our YouTube at DeTruthPod. Please subscribe, like, and share. And I'm going to allow Brother Dakpo to give you guys where you can reach him. He is a truckload of content. You need him in your life.
Okay, so if you want to, now I don't just allow people enter my business ecosystem anyhow. We're about to apply the things I just told you.
Yeah.
So you go to brodadapo.com. That's BRODADAPO.com/MBD. So when you get to that, that's for all those who want to connect with me, who want, that's where I sieve the people who just want to, they've seen another nectar that they are going to suck. So let us go there. On that page, I say a few things and then I ask you to pay just a token of 1,000 naira. I'm saying it now so that when people get there, they'll not be like, so he's charging for us to be able to reach to him. So brodadapo.com/MBD. You get there, there's you read through that page. At the end of it, you make a payment of just 1,000 naira, and it allows you to be able to connect with me on WhatsApp, and then we can take.
So 1,000 naira is almost like $1 right now. The way it's going. So it's just like $1. It's not much. So you guys, thank you so much for watching. We love you so much. Ciao.
Everything.
I'm so curious.
I did a lot.
Wait, I want to cut you. I'm so curious.
Yeah.
At that age, who brought you into that kind of, like, obviously you've been a fine boy for a long time, yes.
Right.
But who?